Have you ever been playing Minecraft and thought, I wish I could recreate Chernobyl? There's a 50% chance this does nothing and a 50% chance it just blows everything up. Obviously, that's a rhetorical question. We've all thought that before. And luckily, now we actually can with the new add-on Create Nuclear, which seems like the perfect balance between generating just an absurd amount of rotational power and endangering the lives of yourself and everyone around you. Yeah, I don't really know what else you could want in an add-on. It adds in a fair bit of items. Some of them are for building the reactor, others are for running the reactor once you've built it, and then there's just a whole bunch of safety equipment, which kind of makes me think that's probably pretty important. Usually I'm not that picky about what protects me from radiation, but man, do I look good in green. All jokes aside though, I need to talk to you guys about something extremely serious. Do you guys think this helmet looks like someone with a handlebar mustache? I refuse to believe I'm the only person that thinks that. There's absolutely no way other people don't see that too. But now that I'm wearing all my OSHA mandated safety equipment, I should be good to build a nuclear reactor. I just have one problem, which is I don't really know what I'm doing. So I was getting worried for a second because all these different reactor building blocks have no ponder set up, and then bam, the most important block, the reactor controller, does in fact have a ponder set up. I mean, I'm glad this is for the whole reactor, but man, this is kind of a long ponder here.
Later that same evening.
Okay, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The good news is that after 7 layers, the ponder is done. The bad news though, which should be readily apparent on the screen, is that the top of the reactor is cut off. So that's not ideal. I guess I'm now a certified expert at building the bottom 90% of a nuclear reactor, so I just have to ask myself one important question. If I were the US government, where would I build a nuclear reactor? Is this a good shot? Are you able to see the village in the background? A little bit to my right. Can you see the women, the children, everyone? Okay, we're good. And I decided this was the perfect place. That's just the dumbest joke ever. That's so stupid. Reactor has been disassembled. What? There was no assembly of the reactor. This is not okay. That one's a bit of a thinker. Nah, reactor has been assembled. Look at that. We're going in reverse. Reactor has been disassembled, multi-block not assembled, and then the reactor's been assembled. We're just that good. I really like how this reactor looks. I think it looks really cool. The only problem is I'm not sure how to interact with it. It looks like something's supposed to happen when I'm clicking on the reactor controller, but it doesn't. Okay, well, we got something now. It says that it's generating no stress units, which is kind of obvious, but still not working. Oh, okay. Yeah, that checks out. Apparently I missed the most important part of the ponder, which is the second part of it. And like, I actually mean that. It says the reactor blueprint is the most important element. So that's a little bit of a miss on my part. We'll just grab one of these out. Okay. I like what I'm seeing. This is giving me some serious Industrial Craft 2 reactor vibes. I am realizing there's a slight problem though, because we've got graphite rods, we've got uranium rods, and zero clue what to do. I feel like a normal person would just look this up, but instead I see this as the perfect opportunity to do something pretty stupid. This is what we in the engineering field call a stress test. You know, it's a little bit because it'll stress the system, but mostly because it stresses me. There's a 50% chance this does nothing and a 50% chance it just blows everything up. Okay, there is something up now. Gauge information. We got a heat value and then unknown. So this doesn't really tell us anything, but it's progress. I think it should be good to just hopper the rods in the back now. Oh, what? Okay, well the rods went in. And it says danger. I can't even read that. Danger 1622Q. Well, that can't be good. Oh, okay. Yep, it was disassembled twice. So we've learned 2 pretty valuable things here. Number 1, the reactors can blow up, which I think is very important information. And 2, this is why I have a degree in chemical engineering and did not become a nuclear engineer. When it blows up, does it like irradiate the area? Doesn't look like it. No, I'm in survival and I'm totally fine. I don't have any of this gear on, so that's interesting. In a lot of mods like Mechanism, if your reactor melts down, it completely irradiates the area. But here, it seems like it just kind of does a little bit of an explosion. That's interesting. Maybe they'll add that in later. Is there just no point to wearing this? It's fine. It looks snazzy, so we'll just keep wearing it. I guess it's time for reactor building round 2, electric boogaloo. I actually looked it up this time, and according to the Create Nuclear Discord, this right here is the best configuration you can get. I don't know how people are supposed to come up with this, if it's just trial and error, but you've got the graphite rods and the uranium rods and the moderators and the neutron flux and positive void coefficients and negative void coefficients. Guys, it's Minecraft. Come on. It got enough of the rods in there that it started, and this time it only says warning 198Q instead of danger. So my assumption is that this is not going to blow up. I wonder if going to like 200Q or above is gonna blow it up. It says it's working, but it's not generating any power. Do I need to reset it? Oh, there we go. 2,027,520 stress units. That's crazy. I'm also a little bit curious with his heat value being 198Q. Q is not usually a unit. It's a variable for heat value. So I'm assuming that's why they put it there, just for general heat. But that's interesting because I'm pretty sure it's usually in like joules. I don't know. All I need to know is it's not going to blow up. And we're generating over 2 million stress units, which seems crazy overpowered. Although maybe I look at the recipes first. All right, all jokes aside, obviously these are pretty expensive to make, but to get 2 million stress units from it, that's nothing. I still think this is overpowered here, but I'm not about to be the kid that's like, excuse me, teacher, didn't you mean to give us a quiz today or homework today? No, I'm not gonna tattle on it, just leave it overpowered. You know how much iron or gold you could generate with this? Way more than you need, I'll tell you that much. Now the only problem is we need to consistently pump graphite and uranium rods into this input in the back here. And I mean, these do take a little bit to make. There's a process a little bit. Yeah, you can see a little bit of a process here. I guess the only way to find out how rough this process actually is to automate is just to start building it. You know, 1 month ago, Rage would have been really confused about how you set up mechanical crafters for this, because if you only have 5 in this order, then they don't actually connect. But you guys informed me that you just build it like this, put covers on all the ones you don't use, and then I can just do the back connections here to all of them, and they work. Which I don't know why I didn't think about that before, but that's thanks to you guys. So this step's actually really simple. To make the enriched yellow cake, you do bulk enriching of regular yellow cake, which I guess uses these enriching campfires, which I actually think look really cool. I don't know why. I just really like this green right here, you know? I would love to decorate a base with these. They need enriched soul soil. Never mind. I don't want to decorate a base. And I have okay, double never mind. I don't want to decorate a base with these. They give you radiation if you stand on top of them, and each one of these costs a nether star to make. That is a rich man's decoration right there. So then to get the yellow cake, we press it in a basin. We press liquid uranium, and to get that, we mix uranium powder with no heating required. Okay, the create part of me really likes that no heating is required, but in real life, I'm pretty sure you need like over 1,000 Celsius to melt uranium. So liquid uranium is a thing, but it does actually need to be heated in real life. But it makes it easier in game to automate it if you don't. So I guess we just basin, press, mixer. I don't know why I said it in like an action movie voice, but these are otherwise kind of boring. So it made it more interesting, surely. Now to get uranium powder, this comes from crushing either raw uranium, which I assume comes from ore, or granite, which gives a 5% chance of uranium powder, which technically I guess this is lore accurate because all granite can contain trace amounts of uranium, but it's definitely not enough to like refine it. But I assume this is so that you can automate the entire thing using this. Like you can automate the lava, the red sand, the flint, automate granite, so you can automate the production of uranium, which is really nice. So kudos to the devs there. It's technically moderately lore. It's as lore accurate as you can get. Unfortunately, or fortunately for you guys, I'm way too lazy to automate back here the entire process for making granite. So instead, Creative Crate and raw uranium, and we're just going to double crush it, and then the rest of the process is good. It just needs a bunch of rotational power and funnels and filters, and then there needs to be an entire process over here for making the graphite rods, but this one seems a lot less interesting. It's just a bunch of iron and coal and then more coal, so that's not as exciting or as cool as this. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure this is the entire process automated, except I am using creative crates again for the coal on this one, the raw uranium on this one, and then iron for making the steel, but technically all of those could be fully automated. I'm just too lazy, and yeah, I think it's really cool. It's a great way to add nuclear power into Create. And I mainly say that because obviously there are some other add-ons that include nuclear power for Create, but I think this one is the best, and I think it's just going to keep getting better because I went and looked and there actually is a roadmap that the devs routinely update that they have in their Discord that has tons of great future plans. And a lot of the things on the roadmap are things that I already talked about in here, like making it more intuitive for setting up the configuration or adding radiation when the reactor explodes. So I think this add-on is super cool, a little bit overpowered maybe, but I think it's got a really bright future, and hopefully I'll be making a video on it later down the line too to go over all the cool new stuff they add in. But now that all that important stuff is out of the way, there are a couple of kind of random things they have added in I want to check out. So there are irradiated spawn eggs. There's an irradiated chicken, irradiated cat, and irradiated wolf, which kind of raises the question why only those can be irradiated. But either way, if we just spawn these in— no, what? No, what are you doing? No! Oh, okay. Well, now there's just an irradiated wolf and an irradiated chicken. That's my bad, guys. Definitely an interesting texture though for these. They have like little— is that supposed to be uranium growing off them? Oh, wait. Can I have this as a pet? No, you can't. Okay, that's unfun. They should include that. You should be able to tame an irradiated wolf. That would be awesome. And then they have potions of radiation, which are pretty interesting because the reactor exploding doesn't give you radiation yet, but the campfires do. I don't really know why you'd ever want to drink this yourself. Actually, let me go into survival and see what happens here if I drink this. Oh, it gives me radiation, but it does nothing because I've got the whole suit on. What if I— okay, the minute I compromise the suit, I start taking damage. So technically it's a little bit interesting because you'd think you wouldn't get radiation poisoning if you had the suit on, not just that it wouldn't do damage, but I get why they did that. Oh my God, wait, does that mean— yes, yes, no. Yes. Oh, oh yeah, that's the stuff right there.